Welcome back to Dungeons 3. Today we're going to be playing the Prince of Hell. We have reached Termite Island and we're going to raid Dalaran next. But we have to get there and we have to get ready for it. So, preparations commence now. And as I always say, I am playing an early copy of this game, so there may be problems and bugs that are not indicative of the retail version that you are seeing if you're playing it. This time we get the prison. So, cool. Looking forward to getting all the different little pieces. Alright.
Lakesville fell like a sand castle under the feet of a 4-year-old. And afterwards was plundered, in accordance with age-old custom. Yet as satisfying as it was just a little fish in a great big ocean of good. For the hydrophobic evil had, from the start, planned to capture the city's amazing fleet, which, as opposed to the horde ships, did not sink like rocks. And so it was that Talia's creatures were driven aboard and the sails were hoisted. As the smoking ruins of the city slowly disappeared below the horizon behind them, the ship set sail for Termite Island. Even if no one actually saw the impressive sight, as everyone, hey, I said everyone, was focused on the new target. The aforementioned island was the seat of the magician Yaina Overproud. Yaina was pretty and kind-hearted, and therefore, naturally, absolutely despicable. And if that weren't already enough reason to deal with her, she was also one of Tanos's buddies. Yaina ruled from Dalaran. Ah, Dalaran, home of arcane magic and high finance alike. Disgusting. Upon landing, the leisurely evil's army slowly made their way to the financial capital. Yet it would be a good idea to acquire additional, even more powerful allies before facing Yaina.
Yes, it would. Don't want to go up against a magician without having proper backup. You can rename your creatures. That's a neat feature.
Talia and the remains of the cold-blooded evil's army had reached Termite Island. Here the egotistical magician Yaina Overproud ruled over her magical financial stronghold of Dalaran.
I'll take care of this witch in short order. We'll just build up an army and beat on everything we see, just the way we did before. It's always worked until now, whereby the question arises, what the hell kind of a strange room is that? What's it good for?
In fact, that was an excellent question. Naturally, it was a... wait a moment. Yes, actually, it was a hellhole. A hellhole is a portal directly to hell. What do we need that for, you ask yourselves? Another excellent question. Ah, here. Because we want to summon a pit fiend, of course. The demonic and savvy evil plan to lead a pit fiend to Dalaran in order to have an ace up its sleeve in the fight against Yaina Overproud. An ingenious plan, I must say.
Okay, pit fiend sounds good. I can see him now. This guy with muscles of steel and... whatever. How do we do this?
Well, first we need a few ingredients, which we then, for the sake of simplicity, just throw into the hellhole. We need corpse dust. However, it has to be from Termite Island, so we can't just scrape it off our zombies, but have to organize some from local graveyards. And toenails? That's simple. Oh, from a centaur. Fortunately, these primitive beings should have a few camps around here. What a coincidence. Besides that, we also need some worm slime. Ugh, just saying it makes me shudder. And spider legs. We'll probably find those kinds of creatures here in the underground. Probably a lot sooner than the tense evil would like. Oh yes, and it also requires a couple of well-aged but unfortunately live heroes too. They're not likely to let themselves be thrown in there just like that, so we need a plan.
We can think about that later. The other things will be easier to get. Through fair trade? Through killing.
Alright, let's get our rooms set up. Start following our paths. Obviously they'll lead us somewhere. Do we have a treasure room? Oh good, we do. Gobbler farm. Hideout. Ooh. Well, this was handy. What else do we have? Workshop. Do we have a workshop? I don't think we have a workshop. That is a special room. That is our graveyard. Oh. Gold vein. Alright, workshop. Okay. Get some more little snots. And we are apparently rapidly approaching something, probably spiders. And a graveyard. We have a graveyard. Do not need another one. But we can make this one
It's payday.
better. There we go. I think we'd found another gold vein up here. Yes, we did. So, treasury. And research.
Your creatures have discovered a number of worms in your dungeon. That is so disgusting.
Where did we find the worms? Not there. Down here? No. Over here? Yes, over here.
Malicious creatures are marching across Termite Island. Men, and of course women. Stop them, for the Alliance. Well, Not the Alliance, but the Alliance of all good folk, and so, you know what I mean. Anyway, stop them! For the goddess!
Whoops! Apparently the heroes weren't as stupid as they looked, and had noticed the pitter-patter and banging in the underground. As if that weren't enough, Yaina Overproud herself was there.
Excellent. That saves me a lot of time and work if I can defeat her right here.
Easy there. We really don't have the kind of budget that lets us burn a story character in a single map. Besides, it was necessary to stop the marching heroes, and then, immediately following a stay in the dungeon's own hotel, Le Prison, sacrifice them to the hellhole.
Graveyard. Okay. Can't increase that anymore. Can't agree we can.
There are enemies in your dungeon.
Ah, good, they heard them. Build up, build up. Don't want anybody dying. Okay.
Much like the Hero Academy on Newbie Island, Termite Island was a place frequented by aspiring adventurers. When rumors of a newly opened dungeon made the rounds, many heroes came from all over the island. These would be unpleasantly surprised to encounter not a nicely balanced beginner's dungeon, but the cruel evils complex and trap-riddled caves instead.
Alright, we need to go get some evil working. There we go. Get that gunner. Everybody group up. Apparently we're gonna need quite a good deal of evil generated. Centaur toenails. But this place has to go. I'd rather not lose anybody, though. As inconvenient as it is to stand here and wait for them to heal up. That shouldn't be too bad. Oops.
There are enemies in your dungeon.
Of course there are. Okay, now we will start generating. I thought I lost somebody.
The power flows through my veins. Ouch!
Okay, we'll let the guys heal up for a minute. Where is the prison? There's the prison. Okay, let's build a prison. Prison.
Spiders have spread throughout the underground. The first prison had been built. Now, heroes could be imprisoned when they were defeated. This was not only important for sacrificing the heroes the hellhole so desperately wanted, but also because each hero generated some evilness at the end of their stay.
Exactly. Let them stew and rot in prison, the miserable do-gooders.
Something our quick-tempered protagonist obviously desired. The very best thing, though, was the fact that any heroes that died in prison became skeletons. The necrotic evil immediately wanted to try this out, of course.
Get any spider parts, did I? Oh, wait, there's one.
The non-arachnophobic evil threw the first spider legs into the hellhole. Why did that please the demons? No idea. Maybe they ran out of interdental brushes.
Maybe.
The first hero awoke in the prison, where his death would generate some wonderful evilness for the disgusting evil. Outstanding. Oh yes, and some heroes also needed to be sacrificed in the hellhole. A tough decision.
My secret and mystical counselors, who only I can see, tell me that the demons would love to see some skilled elven archers thrown into the hellhole. Apparently, they need someone to hunt giant mosquitoes.
Counselors only you can see? My goodness, as if your split personality wasn't annoying enough.
I can't really argue with you there. I too wish that Sister Goody Two-Shoes would finally go and bother someone else.
Let's expand our prisoner, because we can only have 2. Oh, we can have 9. Well, we can have a lot more now.
There are enemies in your dungeon.
Really?
It's payday.
Oh, I can research something. Let's research that guard room so we can get the Tinker's Cave. Get those guys. Now let's build the Tinker's Cave. There's a guard.
Maybe we should see what happens when we throw a few of these elves with the swords into the hellhole.
Why? Is that some sort of secret recipe?
Recipe? No idea. But it sounds like fun. Damn fair-skinned elves. Oh, but in the end, they are related to us. Psst. Those tree-cuddling hippies have nothing in common with us dark elves.
The listening closely evil was informed that the demons of the hellhole might be interested in trading a handful of priestesses of the light for one of their female demons. This sounded like a very interesting trade indeed.
Let's get this accomplished.
A hero disappeared into the hellhole with a long, drawn-out and an almost reckless disregard for gravity. The hellhole rewarded the sacrifice of a live hero with a respectable burp.
Making quite some progress.
Disappeared into the hellhole with a long, drawn-out and an almost reckless disregard for gravity.
Oops. Don't want that one. There we go. That will make a nice Tinker's Cave.
You hear that grinding sound? That's a giant worm eating its way through the underground.
Throw me at the enemy!
Yeah, I plan to.
Your dungeon heart is under attack.
Here. We killed the worms? Oh, we did. Let us pitch them in there.
More worm slime disappeared into the hellhole. The hygiene-insensitive evil simply threw it in there with its bare hand. Would it clean that hand someday? I feel sorry for whoever has to shake its hand. It was done. All of the requisite worm slime had been collected. Oh my, I saw this documentary about liposuction one time, and this stuff was... Oh, just forget it. Another challenge mastered by the repulsive evil.
We have a worm.
A hero disappeared into the hellhole with a long, drawn-out and an almost reckless disregard for gravity.
No! I'll be back.
Can they get out of prison? Yes. It does open for them.
There are enemies in your dungeon.
Don't need any more worm stuff.
I'm back.
I was building a tinker's cage over here. I think. Yeah, I think I was. There. Need more snots. We are not getting things done as quickly as we should.
It's payday.
There's another room for something. Got the Tinker's Cave. Got those guys. Let's finish this side of it. Gonna be a brewery. Brewery. The kettle. Bam. What is our prison doing now? Oh, more prisoners.
There are enemies in your dungeon.
There we go. Everyone survived.
A hero died in the unspeakable evil's prison. In fact, this wasn't such a bad thing. A skeleton rose from the dead hero's remains, which would henceforth serve the homicidal evil without questions or demands.
Good. They can wander around and protect the dang place. Did we finish the Tinkerer's Cave yet? Finish the brewery. There we go. Oh, we did finish it. Perhaps we need more little snots. Getting close to maxing them out.
There are enemies in your dungeon.
Hey. Good. Get some more zombies. One more. I think that we got that. We're locked down. Just need iron hides. We'll get that soon. Perfect. Almost there.
Payday! Rumor has it that the demons of the hellhole might welcome the sacrifice of a few little snots. Or maybe it's just because it's fun, too. The experimental evil immediately tried it out.
Let's try it.
A little snot just disappeared into the hellhole.
Taking him back? Oh, they're upset. Poor silly buggers. Hey, you can train. Bam. Got the workshop. Maxed out.
I am even more powerful.
Now we need the vortex. Wait for the volcano. Oh shoot, two died. That's not good. Drag him in there. Let's get some prisoners. Take you. I did get my little snot back. That's good.
A hero disappeared into the hellhole with a long, drawn-out "Ah!" and an almost reckless disregard for gravity. The demon-appeasing evil had sacrificed a hero.
Come with me.
Another lemming rushed over the cliff. Oh, I mean hero and hellhole, sorry. Enemies have entered the dungeon. It was done. The self-sacrificing evil had thrown the required number of heroes into the hellhole, which in turn commented on the fact with a loud, contented belch.
The lecture hall at 150. I have quite a number of skeletal archers. Well, it's time to go after those centaurs. Well, this should pose an interesting trip into the dungeon. Okay, we still got that one. That one's got 7,000 left. Digging into the unknown. Gold.
There are enemies in your dungeon.
Where is everybody? Oh, they're all hanging out there.
Payday.
Okay. Let's go up this way. Something
spiders pouring out of a room that was accidentally unearthed. Disgusting.
For the absolute evil!
He'll be back.
Enemies have entered the dungeon. Your dungeon heart is under attack.
I'll settle that in a second. Not good. Let's get these in here.
The sacrifice done. All of the spider legs have been tossed into the hellhole. The spider-hating evil had mastered the assignment without even breaking a sweat.
Okay. Cannon out of the way. Let's increase this a little bit. The imp. Third one of those. So make quite the proper arcanium. We need 8 boxes. Okay, I'll come back when there's 8. Got all this.
Enemies have entered the dungeon.
Use some more creatures. Oh, spike traps are doing some stuff. Good to see. Everybody's moving on up. And drag them off to the prison. Ah. There. Now we'll generate some mana for a change. Research. What's left? Simple spells. Oh, we never did get the lecture hall. That is important.
Payday.
Put that lecture hall in place. And we can do some other research. Corpse dust, centaur, tornadoes. Everything in the dungeon is done.
There are enemies in your dungeon.
That's fine. Complex spells. That'll be a good thing for next. And then we'll go out and start getting it. Doing it to it. Got a good assortment of traps going on here. That should help discourage visitors. On snots. Let me make a new room. You need to start looking for another gold vein. But for now, this'll do. Let's get those complex spells done. More creatures.
There are enemies in your dungeon.
Ouch! Ouch!
Spike trap doing the job it's supposed to do. Give me some more archers. I don't have enough. Diamond mine. Oh, good. We can all lay down and rest now. Got a little crowded in here. Let's take this party on the road.
Everything evil comes from above.
Probably gonna lose her, but...
Enemies have entered the dungeon. It's payday.
Okay. Now...
Death from above.
Let's go for a walk.
I'm the Queen of Evil.
A bear and a wolf. Oh, we definitely have to get rid of that.
Merciless Evil's armies destroyed the Hobbit camp
cool.
with joyful efficiency. These hobbits wouldn't be running off throwing any rings into any lava in any mountains anymore.
Ah, centaurs. We'll ambush this party really quick.
Ouch! Ouch! I am even stronger!
There we go. Now she can cast shadows. Goodbye, centaur.
Whoops! The first centaur had lost one of its toenails. How sad. But it was exactly what the absolutely no regrets whatsoever evil needed for the hellhole.
I don't see it. Where is it?
Time to take out the trash. Destroy them all.
And still the Horde, I mean the Evil, spread their infestation across Termite Island. Onwards, peoples of the Alliance, drive this riffraff off. Otherwise, the tourists will stay away and we'll have to close up shop. I'll be at your side. Well, later. I have something important to do in Doloran. All the best, and for the Alliance and so forth.
Damn, that cowardly magician is escaping.
Just like I hadn't said anything. As Jaina got out of Dodge, her subordinate heroes from the nearby village did what heroes did best. Desperately head for their opponents, using brute force and violence with absolutely no finesse whatsoever. The dungeon protecting evil made ready. As a really, really broad hint, the savvy narrator pointed out to the perplexed evil that the graves in the graveyard might just need a hearty smack or nudge to release the valuable corpse dust.
Ah.
Enemies have entered the dungeon.
Hey! This hero camp has been destroyed. Excellent work. So now let's do it again.
All the poor souls who have to die because of my failure and my lack of willpower. It's so sad.
Ha ha ha! Plunder, burn, kill.
Just shadows. I hope they make it back in time. More creatures, more creatures. Oh dear.
Defend the dungeon hut.
They probably won't survive, but they may be a diversion long enough.
Payday.
Yep. That is definitely a 3, 3, 6, 6. Okay. There we go. More research. Need more money. Got more money. Come here, you. Have a look. Dungeon Heart is healing up nicely. Let's throw in the corpse
There
dust.
are enemies in your dungeon. The first corpse dust was sacrificed to the hellhole. An excellent start for the sacrifice offering evil. The hunt for the centaur toenails was going well. The ruthless evil was entirely consumed by hunting fever. It just had to make sure it avoided any animal protectionists. And once again, Talia bought the farm.
Okay. Coming along fairly nicely. Skeletal archers are coming along. These guys are doing their job. Can't dig down there.
There are enemies in your dungeon.
Go over here, though. There. Come into the room where they have their food. Not smart. No, maybe just got really close. Okay. Gold. Some mana. Nothing down there. I've got to find... We can go this way a bit. Oh, we can research some more.
It's payday.
We'll finish that off. And this.
Enemies have entered the dungeon.
Oops. Crap.
There are enemies in your dungeon.
Quite a lot of them, actually. Okay. Time to head out.
From above.
And cause some havoc. Okay, heal him up, heal him up. Well, that was some good timing.
I am the evil.
Okay, heal up. Is that it? Guess that's all I can heal. Go to here. Actually, just go to there. $7.50. Almost there. $8.50.
The fabulous evil's armies had reached the city. Yaina, however, was long gone.
Then I suppose I'll just have to take it out on the inhabitants. Forward!
Haven't you plunged enough cities into ruin?
Is that a trick question?
I'll admit I could have saved myself the question. You monster! Thanks.
Come on. I want to do this with the pit fiend. So we got to do some corpse dust.
Enemies have entered the dungeon.
Oh, centaurs. I get him.
The far-sighted evil had discovered a modest little centaur camp. Like any good, nature-loving being, the horrible evil immediately wanted to convert this area into a nature reserve. Of course, that meant that everything that was in the way had to go. Oh, those poor centaurs. Unfortunately, they had to die for the good of the greater evil.
Come on, everybody in. This should be a route. Problem solved. Diamond mine isn't pulling any diamonds in. Let's go up here.
There are enemies in your dungeon. And another load of centaur toenails. It was done. The last the last centaur had lost its toenail, which the eager evil quickly sacrificed to the hellhole. As it did so, it realized that every centaur actually had 4 of the stupid things. Naturally, that would have made the job just a bit easier. But hey, outstanding intelligence was never an employment criterion for evil archvillains. Either way, the goal had been achieved.
There's a gold vein. Okay, got that. Keep running out of gobblers. So, we shall add more gobblers. Come on, guys. There. Gives me capacity of 20. That's way better than I had. And that's capacity of 24. Come on, hatch some eggs. $9.50. Gonna have to finish this up quick. We still got room over here. Let's dig a way over there. See if anything shows up. Take a line down here. See if we uncover anything on the way.
There are enemies in your dungeon. Uh-oh, a spider nest has been unearthed.
No one cares.
Worms have been spotted in the dungeon.
That's not good.
Payday!
Worms are done. That's as far as I can go down. I can still keep going over here. There. Let's see what's over there.
An island of evilness is being attacked.
Let it be taken, because I can't tell which one it is.
You have lost an island of evilness.
That's fine. It's right there. I'll get it back in a minute.
Destroy the good!
Come on. Let's go destroy some good.
Enemies have entered the dungeon.
Oops. Lost one.
I knew you'd need me.
Oh, lost another one.
Ow!
Defend the dungeon heart.
Oh, he's dead. Everybody's back now.
Defend the dungeon heart. There are
They're in
enemies in your
trouble now.
dungeon.
That was not smart. There, gobblers are catching up now. Alright. Is she maxed out? Yes. Need more corpse dust.
Command me!
Enemies have entered the dungeon.
Just wait.
Oh,
Heyday. Your dungeon heart is under attack. Sadly, one of the hero's mighty champions lived in the city. Ronin, whose cliché-soaked name we stole one-to-one from another universe, had retired here and was anything but pleased to see evil creatures. However, whoever put that sanctimonious do-gooders lights out permanently was sure to be richly rewarded.
Reward or not, it'll be fun. Come on, fight!
Come on.
The great champion Ronin hit the floor. The radiant with happiness evil was extremely pleased. At the same time, this anti-heroic act was generously rewarded.
Another city destroyed.
You're so evil and cruel.
Thanks, that's really nice of you.
I despise you.
Careful now. Hate leads to the dark side.
There we go. Hopefully this gets rid of that guy. Ooh.
Another graveyard. Excellent. Here we should be able to find the rest of the corpse dust. Get a move on, people! Loot those graves!
My toenails are curling. Looting graves? How repulsive!
Yeah, go share your moral outrage with someone who cares.
The graveyard's ludicrous guards had been retired. Good thing for the gravedigger, who didn't have to go far this time.
There we go.
More corpse dust was sacrificed as the rulers of hell rejoiced. The heavily armored metal glove wearing evil rubbed its hands in blissful anticipation of unleashing. It was done. All of the required corpse dust had been sacrificed to the hellhole. The master Finally, it was done. The last ingredient had been thrown into the hellhole. The victorious evil patted itself on the back in triumph. The hellhole began to bubble and make fart noises. Something in the middle whirled wildly, while it slowly grew. The sound that caused it could be seen as a demonic litany, but upon listening closer, one recognized a joyful whee! It was the pit fiend, who now emerged from the whirlpool with a wild laugh. Laugh. Oh, do I do that? Okay.
Prince of Darkness, obey my orders, and of course those of the absolute evil. You, mighty pit fiend, cruelest of the cruel.
His name is Crowley.
Of course
I beg your pardon?
It says here in the script the pit fiend's name is Crowley. Not that it's important since he doesn't speak, but I just wanted to mention it.
All right, Crowley. You, Crowley, will help us defeat Yaina Overproud. We will transform this world into an image of hell.
I thought he'd be bigger.
Daughter, try to defeat your evilness. I still haven't given up on you. Fight it! Use all your willpower.
Oh, Father, I'm still here. I'm trying. Well, now and then, at least. But my evil self won't let me talk about it. It refuses to hear my arguments and...
It doesn't care what you say. How often do I have to tell you?
The pit fiend Crowley listened to Talia's inner quarrel and grumbled at Tanos's words. Non-residents of hell were so annoying. Tanos disappeared after the evil Talia's rant and tirade of insults. She then turned to Crowley.
Come, pit fiend. I mean Crowley. Let's get that accursed magician. Yaina Overproud. Your days are numbered.
There we go. Progress. And that is the episode for today. Tune in tomorrow for another one. These are getting interesting. It has an interesting story, at least. Anyway, moving on. See you then.